the Indiana Fever have dropped a new workout video with the rookies. I think I saw Jillian Aileen in there too, practicing with Caitlin Clark, and everyone is going crazy.
I can't imagine this young lady, I don't want to use hate, but despised. And people just having, she brought some on herself a little bit because she's cocky for a good reason.
Confident.
And I love that about her.
They enjoy watching her play, her style, her energy, her shot. Whether it's because her game mirrors one of the greatest players in the NBA in Steph Curry or not, I don't know what it is.
Even though she wasn't trying, the internet went crazy after just one practice video was posted. And Caitlin Clark brought the whole basketball community to its knees.
The one thing that I cannot deny is the amount of little girls that were showing up to follow her.
Why her?
Well, but she was a white girl from the middle of America.
While Caitlin is fantastic, and I think she's going to have an incredible career in the WNBA.
Even though there were just a few novices and a silent gym with no lights or crowds, Clark moved as like she controlled every square inch of the court in that unadulterated moment.
So Caitlin Clark working, which would be nice to see, lobbing it into Michaela Timpson. I have to say, bit of an iffy pass there by Caitlin, throwing the ball to where she was, throwing the ball to her right hand instead of her left hand, but
There's so many players who cite you as an inspiration for their games, including Caitlin Clark, who's just absolutely a phenomenon in college. What's that next step like for her?
You know, next steps, gosh, in this generation, right? You have, I think, just so many more challenges of how to handle yourself as an adult, right? You go through that whirlwind of being a senior in college, transitioning into the W. And then the next step is how to become just an even better leader.
While others were getting their bearings, she was playing a completely different game. This wasn't practice. This was a warning shot at Nuka Club that defied logic and had a rhythm that made even quiet feel electrifying.
Biggest reason that she's popular is it's the Steph Curry syndrome. She looks a lot like the girl who's out shooting hoops next door, and she plays like we are all capable of playing.
The video went viral on social media in a matter of minutes, and fans couldn't believe what they saw. Teammates tried to keep up, and naysayers were silenced.
They will recognize, her game, but they won't recognize her impact.
Everybody now has an opportunity to pull up their chair and have a...
Because Caitlin's performance in that brief, unedited film was not just basketball, it was pure, easy, unstoppable brilliance. They didn't want you to see this footage, but once it's public, there's no going back.
Who's going to be the next face of the NBA? We don't get to decide that. The marketplace decides that. The people have chosen Caitlin Clark. It's an intangible thing, right? Yes, we can say she's a dog. Okay, there's been other dogs. Okay, she's a great shooter. There's been other great shooters. Mm-hmm. She has it. She's got the thing. We can't assign it.
When the video first appeared, it was chaos. It was a grainy. Brief clip taken inside the Fever's closed practice, but it was all anyone could talk about. Caitlin Clark was barely perspiring as she threw a lob pass across the lane with surgical precision. Her timing was so perfect that it seemed choreographed, but it wasn't.
If I was the WNBA, I would have considered a separate television package to a network on just Caitlin Clark games. I would have had two packages, the WNBA package, and then a separate, let's say, 15 to 18 game Caitlin Clark package.
You could see Michaela Timpson stretch out for the grab, her absurd 610 wingspan on full display. But it was Clark's pass that allowed for that kind of connection. You don't fake it, you feel it. That was just Clark being calm and composed and 10 steps ahead.
He's getting another layup. Okay, this lob pass right here. Let's just go over that again. Okay, remember, Michaela Timpson has a 6'10" wingspan. But if she had a 6'9" wingspan, would she have been able to get that? Yeah, she would have. But still, that is some reach.
Fans were astounded not just by Caitlin's accuracy, but also by her fluid transition from dribble to dish and her command of the court, which befitted a seasoned veteran rather than a college freshman.
This young player has come into our game, and she's getting way more respect and all that stuff than we are. as she should. The young girl is a baller. The young girl has people watching because of the way she can shoot this basketball like Steph Curry. Steph Curry can't dunk. Steph Curry don't do none of that in the game. He can probably dunk by himself, but he don't really do none of that in the game. He is a shooter, and fans tune in to see Steph Curry.
Every move she made in that video, from her footwork to her court awareness, screamed leadership. She wasn't yelling or showboating. Instead, she was directing. And the other players reacted as though they were aware that something new was happening.
The league wasn't ready for her last year. They just weren't prepared.
Yeah.
She was prepared.
She's had a full offseason now to rest.
No. She's going to be great. The league just didn't know what to do.
Get the MVP tickets in, just bet them to win the championship. It's fun. And then you get to watch all her games.
Gravity is a unique quality that cannot be taught. It is either innate or acquired. And Caitlin Clark possesses it in abundance. Social media went crazy, with comments ranging from "she's him" to "this woman is about to change the WNBA." They weren't exaggerating when they said that the leaked footage became a cultural moment because it was unfiltered, uncut evidence that Caitlin Clark is the star and doesn't need the spotlight to shine.
There have always been the dominant teams. There's UConn, there is South Carolina. I think that the fact that Caitlin Clark started on a team that did not have mind-blowing talent existing and brought that team to a championship really says something about you as a player. And when you are ranking players, you are ranking them as an individual unit rather than a team.
She managed to work her magic even during a simple team exercise. And if this is what she's doing during a regular session, just think of what will happen when the lights are turned on. What was even more captivating was the body language of everyone else on the court, the silent respect, the subtle looks, and the way teammates repositioned themselves in an area intended for growth. Caitlin was immediately setting the pace. As soon as she touched the ball, it wasn't fear, but recognition.
Caitlin Clark is becoming the best player in the entire WNBA, not because she's white, because she's that good. She's having Larry Bird impact. She's been the driving force of the hottest team in the entire league, despite her record turnovers. Why? Because she's that good. She's legit good. She's colorblind good. She's guilt-free good. She's apolitically good.
And the staff keeping a close eye on it because it's clear that when a rookie enters a professional system and immediately becomes the center of attention, you don't just notice it, you build around it. This was evident as soon as the ball was in her hands. Caitlin Clark was managing the operation in addition to practicing.
One thing Caitlin Clark does maybe better than anybody in sports right now, makes it about others, makes it about team. Think about it. When's the last time you didn't see Caitlin Clark talking about a teammate? When's the last time you saw Caitlin Clark talking about herself or any of the accomplishments that she has had? Let me give you the answer to that. Never. Never. You never hear that. Now, that's why their team has gotten good. She could have been an egomaniac. Everybody in the league knows that she is the league.
The other rookies were locked in, moving with energy and purpose. But Caitlin played as if she had nothing to prove and everything was under control. The pace, the spacing, the intensity, everything changed the moment she started to play. Every drill went through her like she was the main nervous system of the entire session. Not because the coaching staff forced it or because it was scripted, but because that's what naturally happens when greatness steps on the floor.
You know, for whatever reason, they decide to get themselves involved, whether it is actually malintent or maybe they just want to get themselves in the headline. A lot of players got the spotlight this season because of Caitlin Clark, not to mention just overall, Caitlin Clark brought millions, literally, more eyeballs to the league this season.
Pretty exciting. One of the big reasons fans flock to State Farm Arena is, of course, the Caitlin Clark effect.
The best player in America, the best shooter in America.
Watch her play. She plays at a high level.
She's going to break records nonstop for the next couple years.
She's the only one capable of taking nothing and making it something. The WNBA was nothing before Caitlin Clark.
There is a difference between being good and being unquestionable. Even when she wasn't holding the ball, she was dominating attention. And the defenders couldn't stop staring at her teammates. And looking to her for cues, coaches watch her more than anybody else. Caitlin Clark is indisputable.
Most points by a point guard in a season in WNBA history. Most double-doubles by a rookie guard in WNBA history. Most points by a rookie in WNBA history. Most assists by a rookie in the history of the WNBA. First WNBA rookie to record 2 triple-doubles. First triple-double by a rookie in WNBA history. First triple-double in Fever history. The first player to be named WNBA Player of the Month and Rookie of the Month in the same month. First player in WNBA history with 20 or more points, 15 or more assists, and 5 or more rebounds in a game.
Every move she made, from cutting off the ball to creating space with angles, had purpose. She moved the floor like a chess master, transforming a typical 5-on-5 into her own playground, and then came the decisive moments. It wasn't showy for show. Rather, it was effective, instinctive, and precise. Her skip passes that split defenders. Her laser-accurate assists that seemed to land right in her teammate's shooting pocket. And her sense of rhythm that's impossible to coach were all evident when she delivered a no-look pass mid-tee transition without breaking stride. You could almost hear the gym collectively exhale.
Caitlin Clark is the GOAT!
She signed my jersey! So happy, I'm crying, I'm so happy. This is the best day ever.
Caitlin Clark effect seems to be crazier than year one.
I love watching her score and just everything about her.
They went the extra mile just to watch her play here.
This is great news for women's basketball. Period.
She just brings so much passion to the game, and look at all these people that just want to come and see her.
It is no secret that the Indiana Fever are the most popular team in the WNBA. It is good for the entire WNBA.
She doesn't strive to impress. Instead, she just does what comes naturally to her. And it just so happens to be elite. That's what sets her apart from the others. The court responded to her as if it knew she was in charge, which is the kind of presence that makes veterans listen and rookies level up. More importantly, it wasn't just about offense. She anticipated plays like she had the opposing team's scouting report committed to memory. Cut off passing lanes, pressured the ball, handled just enough to disrupt rhythm, and guided her teammates with the cool assertiveness of someone who knows how to win. She wasn't loud.
I think that experiencing it, I love Caitlin Clark fans, but Caitlin Clark fans is different. They C-Square, shout out to the gang, different. They are very passionate people, and they gonna ride or die.
Listen, Caitlin Clark is a god to her friends. She does no wrong. Do not play. Do not play with her fans.
Let's just say C-Square, I'm happy I'm on the right end of it.
We on the right end of the stick, baby, because
I hate to be.
Listen,
because
they love us right now. But if we go right and left, it's over for us.
Caitlin Clark fans, I love you back. I promise. Please don't.
Yeah.
Her fans, but the one thing I would say about Caitlin Clark fans that I can't appreciate, they'll go anywhere she goes.
Oh, they gonna travel. She gonna travel.
And
right there. Right there with her.
It's super dope though, because it's they would literally go anywhere she go, and so she's built that kind of platform. And damn, that's.
Each generation produces a player who seems to have been born for this moment. Caitlin Clark is that player, and if her dominance of the practice floor is any guide, she's not easing into the league. Instead, she's opening the door wide open with even the simplest gestures. A glance, a hand signal, a quick nod set teammates into motion. The message was obvious. She's not waiting her turn, she's taking it. The fact is, Caitlin Clark isn't entering into the WNBA to learn the ropes. She's walking in to tip the balance.
Angel Reese is the most unskilled basketball player in the history of basketball, in my opinion. She has no skills. She knows that she's not a very good basketball player. That's why she spends so much time half naked and taking pictures and promoting things that have nothing to do with basketball.
She won Rookie of the Month 4 times, Eastern Conference Player of the Week 3 times, single season rookie record for assists, single season rookie record for 3-pointers, single game record for assists 19, franchise record for most double-doubles three-pointers, career 10 or more assists in a game. Franchise record for most career 10 or more assists in a game. Fastest WNBA player to reach 100 three-pointers. She did it in 34 games. Most assists by a rookie in a WNBA All-Star game, for which she received the most fan votes ever, 700,000 of those. Fastest player to reach 350 points and 150 assists to start a season, regardless of years in the league. People will say, pay more attention to the other folks. Like, she couldn't do it herself. You know, LeBron has teammates, Jordan had teammates. I understand.
That practice video was more than just a viral clip. It was a glimpse into how a rookie can reshape a franchise before even playing a single official game. You could see it in the way the gym reacted to her even without a roaring crowd or national. Broadcast, the energy was unmistakable every touch of the ball. Felt like something was about to happen, and more often than not it did. She made plays that forced coaches to pause. She elevated teammates who suddenly looked sharper, quicker, more confident. That's not normal, that's generational. Her influence is already extending beyond the court. Fever fans aren't just excited, they're energized.
There is a lot of appropriate attention on Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever, and we found out that the Fever Storm game from over the weekend drew 2.2 million viewers, which is massive. The WNBA has 18 games this season where they've had more than 1 million viewers average, and 16 of those 18 have featured Caitlin Clark. So you cannot deny the connectivity of Caitlin Clark playing basketball and people wanting to watch. If she's playing, they will come, they will watch the